Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. A little short porch action coming. This is episode 3. Garrett Crochet took a big dump this game week, which not only did I put him in 1 champion lineups, but this big brain put him in 2 champion lineups. So the good news for today is we'll be really forward thinking. We're going to be talking about the postseason. We'll be talking about the upcoming game week. Won't be doing a ton of lineup reviews because my lineup is trash. Shout out Garrett. Let's see. Who do we get the chats fired up today? I see some DJ Local up there. We got Euro Creo over there. Taylor's here. Stream Elements from Twitch is here. I know that's a bot. Just laugh with me. We got Jump Shooty in here. Jump Shoot, by the way, fresh off of winning some MLB tickets last week. So congrats to the Jump Shooter. But here we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Scales, Mr. John, Mr. So Rare. What's going on, dude? How we doing?
What's up, dude? What an intro. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever had someone call me a myth, a legend, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. I guess you're not a myth. I mean, we see you all the time,
Yeah,
whether in the
my
Discord or at events. But you are a
yeah,
legend. The legend is true.
dude, I appreciate it. I
How's
appreciate it.
summertime been treating you, man?
Good. Hard at work. We got it's like a busy time for the US sports. It's like twice a year we come to this time when there's like an overlap of both sports where NBA and MLB kind of have like a 2 week span where both are going on at the same time. And it's just chaotic for months leading up to it. So we're in that chaotic time frame right now, which is good. I mean, it's good to be busy. Idle hands are the devil's playground, as they say. So definitely no idle hands here. We've been hard at work, which is great.
Have you guys thought about talking to either commissioner, just seeing if you guys can move the start times of the leagues around a little bit?
Yeah. So uh, we asked Adam Silver actually to maybe
Mm.
move it back a little bit. And then while we were on the topic, we were like, well, uh, the NBA Cup is like way too close to the beginning of the
Yeah.
league launch, so maybe you could move that back like another 10 days or
Yeah, just do it on
whatever.
Christmas.
Yeah, it would really give us a little more buffer. But no email back. Probably blocked my email address actually, but
Fair. Not the first time.
we're still rooting. Yeah, literally.
Uh, all right, let's talk a little bit about the chase, right? Because you guys had a blog announcement this week where I know we had kind of teased it a little bit that we were probably going to get you here at some point to talk about the postseason, as you're getting a lot of mustache love in the chat
Yeah,
here.
always. People love the stash. I'll take it.
You know who doesn't? My wife. I've tried to rock a mustache multiple times, and she's like, I'm an incredible supportive person. I have to listen to you podcasts like way too often. We schedule vacations around the basketball season. Just grow a beard or shave it all off. And it's hard to
I'm
fight that.
I'm in the opposite boat. My girlfriend actually loves my mustache. I shaved it off
Wow.
recently because her mom was just wondering what I would look like without it.
Yeah.
And I was a child.
Yeah.
Really was a child. Started
That's
getting
great.
ID'd more and whatnot. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, man. I promise we'll get to baseball, but that has been like a fun, not a fun, like a weird realization where I used to just get carded all the time. Get a young baby face would get carded all the time, and that was like the running joke that I'd be like 34 and getting carded. It stopped. It stopped. Haven't been carded in a while.
Yeah, that one
Uh,
hit like a freight train once it stopped. Like, oh no, man.
yeah, it happened fast. It happened fast. Just like the MLB postseason
Yeah.
announcement. All right,
Dude, let's go.
Dude,
Nice.
let's get into it, man. So I don't know. Why don't you give us? I'll share screen. I'll throw the blog up there, and if people haven't seen it, I'll drop a link into the chat. I'm sure you have seen it. It's been tweeted out. It's been in the Discord. It's in all of the places. But I guess like macro, talk us through what like the format, what you're excited about with it, and then the chat. If you guys have questions, you can start throwing them in there after we get through the overview. We'll get to some of your questions, and I'll hit you with some questions too. I'll have some hard hitting
Yeah.
ones for you, John. But
Whatever.
yeah, talk to me a little bit
Yeah.
about the chase.
Yeah, so we've been hearing that people want a chase all season. Last year, people loved it. And there's no better time to do it at the pinnacle of the year, which is the postseason. It just fits pretty perfectly. The knockout round makes it a little bit harder because I mean teams go out, people less cards in circulation for people to
Sure.
play. Um, but we hope that the 5 or 6 game weeks kind of curbs that a little bit, and you'll have your best lineups representing your leaderboard tally. So essentially, we said in the beginning of the year that we are not going to do chases, but we're like every game week or once a month, but we're hinting that we are going to have them. And yeah, so here it is. We wanted to save the best for last. So we have champion game weeks, which will contribute to the overall championship chase.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will have daily gameplay, which will not contribute to the championship chase. We'll have minors, and then we won't have any arena or anything going into this. So yeah, it's. I think I understand. I read a lot of the feedback. We understand that people are hesitant about the playoff edition cards, things like that. Understandably, I understand this is a switch up from what it's been like in the past. Um, but it's always been tough for us as a business, I guess to say, to have this huge prize pool at the end of the year when all of our supply is basically dwindled and all the cards are already out in circulation. So we figured that these special editions would act as a good lever for us to pull, so we could
Sure.
actually end on a good high note as a company, which I know we have like our company and our community might have different wants and needs at certain points. And I understand this is a certain point where our wants are totally different at this point. You guys want a lot of money in the competitions. You want to be able to play the cards you bought all season long. Understandably, we want to put a lot of money in the competitions, but we want to make some of it back as well. Otherwise, it's just a complete sunk cost, which as a company is not good. But so this is like a middle ground that we found. We're not gonna do 5 cards needed, or sorry, 7 cards needed for per lineup. We thought that was a little too intense, so we
Mm-hmm.
figured the middle ground would be 2. And I think I understand that people don't want to buy them, but I think it's a good middle ground, and I don't think it's too bad considering the prizes. It's over $80,000, so
Yeah. Do the I'm sure this is outlined in the blog, and I apologize for not getting to it yet. So it is
all good.
so talk to me through it. It's 2 limited edition like postseason cards that are going to be hitting the auction world here shortly. And then like the rest of it, does that have to be in season, or is that across all that
Yeah,
it's in season?
but you can use energy as well. So it's
Right.
25 energy per classic card. You can use that in our championship chase. So that's totally good. And then we lowered the energy requirement for challenger. So it's only not challenger, sorry, for daily. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's only 5. Um, so yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun lineups. And I'm excited to see how everyone goes.
Yeah, I know this is easy to say, like after the fact, right? It's easy to like point it out after, but I'm just curious, like from your perspective, just because I know like the most common thing I've seen is like, wait, we gotta buy 2 cards now, so like we are getting kind of not punished, but like we gotta buy 2 now all of a sudden. Is there like thought you think for next season? Do you like maybe? Was it one of those things where like we gave out too many rewards earlier, so then like when we get to the postseason, we still want to do cash? We're like, oh shit, we probably should, like, we probably need to make a little bit more money. I know you can't like get to the bottom line stuff, but do you know what I'm saying? Like when you go into a new season, do you think like the response to this makes you rethink a little bit, rethink it a little bit more, or are you kind of like this is actually something we're probably going to see in the future, where we're going to see more limited edition style cards be required for specific things, like we've seen it in the NBA in the postseason before? I know it's a lot of like long-term things I just threw at you, but just curious, like with you coming up with this postseason contest and then hearing some of the feedback, like what's the line of thinking that you guys have been having?
Yeah, I think that we knew that people wouldn't necessarily be like all smiles
Mm,
having to spend money. So it's not like we're completely shocked when we posted the blog.
sure.
And that's just part of the job, is understanding how people's reactions are going to be. And I think we have a good handle on when people are going to get upset, and like
Hmm.
we understand that. Um, but the way that I picture it, and like obviously feel free to disagree with me, and I'm sure many people will disagree with me. But especially from a business point of view, I think when we announce everything and the prize pools, things like that, that is for regular season gameplay where
Sure.
all teams are playing. And then when half the teams get eliminated, it's like pretty much a brand new field. Like
Hmm.
we're playing on with not a full deck at this point, so we got to change some things up. And I think that's where people bring up like cutting the money, the game week money in half or whatever. We actually cut it. Well, I mean the teams get cut in half as well, so it's not like there isn't like a relationship between the two in our eyes. So I think. Oh, is there an echo on my end?
I'm not hearing one, but I was waiting to hear for the rest of the chat. Well, John, I
Oh,
think that's I think that's fine. One of the things, like, and again, for those that don't know, like, this is probably the first year I played MLB pretty seriously. I'm more of like an NBA savant, and by that I mean I understand the NBA, but still win the same amount of rewards and so rare. Um, but I think like what I found, anyways, and I'll just speak for myself as a collector and a user. I think like when I have the information and the experience of something like this happening in the past, it's a little bit easier moving forward, right? And I think like the times where it ends up being frustrating on the user side is when it feels like, oh, this was like something that was not anticipated. Now, part of that I think can be put, and I'll use myself as an example. Your boy just went out there and was like, hey, I want to be ready for the postseason. And I just dropped a bag on a bunch of different players, so I was ready to go. I want to reiterate, it has made zero difference in my reward winning. But now, when that blog came out, I was like, man, if I just waited a fucking week, then I would have saved some. So I think, like, moving forward, if this is something that is either articulated or hinted at, it might make it a little bit of a softer. I don't know. Maybe the rest of the chat disagrees, but would make it feel a little softer versus just getting spanked with it. But again, some of it
yeah,
is
no,
is
I,
on the.
I I agree, and that's like honestly on me. I think like the foresight is something that like in the beginning of the year we didn't necessarily know we were going to do this, and
Mhm.
then football actually experimented with this exact idea. They had I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But they had like a buy-in for not a buy-in, but like you had to buy special edition cards to enter their tournament.
Mhm.
And then we did it for All-Star. We saw the data, we liked what we saw, obviously,
Sure.
because if we didn't, we wouldn't be doing it again. And we decided that going forward, this is likely the path that we're going to
Mhm.
do for these big tournaments. And now that we know that we like doing this, the data supports it. I think moving forward, we're going to make sure that we give people enough heads up. Like, for example, um, we're going to have championship chases in NBA and everything like that, or we're
Yeah.
just calling them championships. Um, we will let you know beforehand, like in the beginning of the season and like the season launch blog, if you need to buy a special edition card for those competitions. And we will likely, but the thing you won't know is like how much money or the prize pool
Yeah.
will be
I
included, but we'll let you guys know ahead of time that you will need to buy a special edition card.
I think that's helpful too for people of like all different ranges of like where they play, only because I imagine lots of people come in with like some sort of game plan, both for like strategy, but also like bankroll, like financially what they're willing to do. And so like if they have an idea of like, okay, well, I do want to save a little bit of my egg here to fire out later when these special editions, I'm sure that's just a helpful thing in there. And I won't like elongate this conversation much further around like the cards. If people have other questions card related, I wanted to make sure we got to it just because I know that was like the most common thing that I was seeing. Um,
Yeah.
but one of the other here, I saw both Taylor and Sean threw something in the chat here as we talk about the arena. So the blog says there's going to be a arena 100, but no 50, and they just were looking for confirmation on that.
Yeah, I'll confirm in the Discord after, but I'm like 75% sure that there's no arena regardless.
Okay.
But I just need to confirm with the big man upstairs. That's Damien.
God. Oh.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, with him and let you guys know. But I'm pretty positive there's gonna be no arena. So
Okay.
sorry about that, but yeah.
All right, let's go through this a little bit more here. So like there will be like the weekly prize and then a cumulative leaderboard here. So for each, like again, looking at limited, you'll have cash prizes there for the top 50 with 200 up top. And then of course like essence and energy thrown in there too. And then the cumulative here. So for limited, we got 2K up top. And again, top 50 getting paid all the way down to 75. Rare that jumps up to like 400 up top for the weekly, and the cumulative's 4K. Super rare, 750 up top, and then 6K, and so on. That's where we stop.
And
So
then
on and
it
so on.
ends up being 10,000, and I think with weeklies, like I don't remember now actually for unique, but unique first place is $10,000, which is pretty hefty. I know people are like comparing it to last year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I made the prize pools last year, and I like was very liberal with the way I made them, because we didn't use all of our prize budget like we did this year, because we had a lot
Mm-hmm.
of specials this year, and we just allocated it differently than we did in previous seasons. So we had an extra budget, so we allocated it all to a huge postseason competition, which is always fun. But I think like the way you have to think about it is it's hard to compare this season postseason to last season's postseason, because that budget was allocated to different places. So that prize reward money goes into game week after game week after game week, rather than just having a stud of postseason. So
Mm-hmm.
that money does go back into the manager's pockets. It's not like we just cut the funding on that aspect,
Right.
but yeah, that's I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear. It's not like we're totally cutting the season budget. It's just like it was reallocated.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think like and again, as this becomes more of a common practice, I think understanding that like the regular season and the postseason are like almost two separate full seasons, right? And so like the prize pools are different. Like it's a different thing. But I get on paper why it looks like that has been cut aggressively. We see our guy Pesky in the chats that was asking here. It was great little avatar there, Pesky. Says, do we know if crafting will guarantee a special edition card from a certain date on the calendar going forward? Is that something that's been
So
discussed?
you won't be guaranteed a postseason edition card, but all teams of postseason, okay, all cards of postseason teams that make the postseason
Sure.
will be postseason edition cards, if that makes sense. That's a mouthful. So
So
like,
you're
uh,
not going to get Brandon Lowe postseason card because the
yeah,
Rays
so
aren't making the postseason.
yeah, exactly. So like, let's say the Sox, God forbid, clinch. We
How dare you?
we
How dare you?
once they clinch, we start selling their cards, and once the cards are being sold, you're able to craft those cards. So you have to
Okay.
wait for us to obviously sell the cards beforehand, and then they'll be craftable. But yeah, so you'll have a bunch of chances to craft special edition cards. So if you are hesitant and don't know if you want to make the step, start crafting, and you'll have the opportunity to maybe pull a special edition, which would be great and would alleviate any of the qualms you may have.
Yeah.
But
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
yeah, Eric just mentioned it in the chat.
Hmm.
In addition, we are going to carry over essence and energy into the next season. I think this is really good news for everyone. It
Yeah.
seems like people won't wanted that, and I saw a lot of questions in the Discord if we're going to do so or not. We did it in the NBA. The NBA Essence is going to change a little bit. For you guys, it's not. It's already out of 1,000. So,
Sure.
so there's not going to be any multiplier or anything like that going into next year, as far as I know. It's just going to be you save what you have, and then when you come back next year, you'll have the same amount of essence. And then the crafting system will likely look different, though, because
Okay.
if you looked at soccer at all or football, it's a totally different crafting system where there's 10 cards, I believe, and you got to choose them face down, and you got to choose one of the new or one of the cards. That's your new craft, and then there's clues, things
I
like
was gonna
that.
say, so are you saying this is a clue for what next
Yeah,
year's So Rare
there we
MLB
go.
crafting will look like? Is that what we're
There we
saying?
go. Likely, yeah. I mean, it's so far. We're planning NBA right now, so it's hard to tell what next season of MLB is going to look like. But
Hmm.
I mean, the good things that people like usually do carry over into the other sports.
I think that's very good.
I think it's like a big miss on our part that we didn't have hot streaks in MLB. That
Hmm.
is because it's 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 kind of frustrating sometimes. You are have such a good game week and you're not bringing anything home. And it's nice to be rewarded for scoring, I don't know, higher than
Yeah,
normal or higher than every other game week. So I think Hot Streaks does that in a fun way, and it's manageable from us on like a financial side that we're able to predict how many people are gonna hit the hot streak, things along that nature, because it is close to what they had in football with oh my God, I don't remember what it's called, but they had to get rid of hitting the thresholds.
thresholds.
It's the closest thing we have to thresholds, and it's way more manageable on our side. So we're a big fan. I think people on the football side are a big fan. No, no clues here, but I'm sure the NBA fans will be a big fan when if it eventually drops for the
Cool.
new season. Wink, wink. Uh, but
Love it.
but yeah, I think the good things will carry over into the MLB.
All right, that is exciting. I want to just clarify, Taylor, too. So I don't think this is right, Taylor. So like you can still, when crafting happens, you can still craft a normal Jackson Churio card, but you also have a chance to get a postseason one, or you disagree?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be like if you craft a Cheerio, you'll get a postseason edition.
Oh, cool. Okay, very cool.
Yeah. Again, I'll confirm. I'll have some action items to come out of this chat with, but I'm fairly confident in that one.
That that's good to know because I was just starting to do the like game theory or strategy where I was like, does it make more sense if crafting is going to carry over? Do you want to be crafting like this in season cards this late into the season, or does it make more sense to hold your essence for next season? So you're now crafting in season cards at the beginning of the year.
It depends what your priority is, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to play in the postseason, craft now. I mean, craft away, let it rip. And we're giving away a good amount of essence in the postseason as well, so you can make it back. Like if you look at the limited weekly, 750 for first place. I mean, times that by six because there's six
Hmm.
game weeks, so there's chances to make it all back. So I mean, why not let one rip? See if you're feeling lucky, and if you're feeling lucky, do it. I
Yeah.
think, but I'm sure that most people are gonna save it. I don't know if that's the right decision or wrong decision.
Yeah.
We don't have like any data to say like, oh, this is what you should be doing. I'm sure someone will come out, one of the managers, and be like, according to my calculations, like the EV is yada 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 yada. But yeah, we wanted to leave the decision up to your hands, and that's like the ethos of crypto. I feel like in general, it's like let the person decide what they're gonna do, let transparency be there, let everything be on chain or stuff like that. So I think we're getting back to our roots a little bit and letting people decide.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can do that, or what I'm gonna do is leave it up to the big man. He's the one that's gonna make the decisions for me, not Damien, but the Lord. No.
Yeah,
Uh,
fair enough, man.
that's good, dude. I'm just glad I haven't been on a stream in a couple of years since somebody said the ethos of crypto, and I'm glad we got that out there. That feels
Yeah,
good,
dude.
John. Yeah, that
Dude,
feels good.
hell yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to think back to Twitter Spaces that would maybe shout out First Mint. Maybe shout
Yeah,
out First Mint right
yeah,
there.
yeah. Ooh, what's up, everybody? Yeah, that's A plus there. Pesky was saying, well, we know the exact date when crafting begins, having a chance to produce. I just want to say, because I was just going to do like a recap of what we've done so far, and because I'm dumb, let me do it, and then you just tell me if it is correct. But
Okay.
every time a team clinches, that's when you will start producing and auctioning off some of these like postseason special edition cards, correct?
Yeah, so there's like a little asterisk next to it. We have like due to like team rights and everything, uh like you can't market an individual team. You have to
Hmm.
do multiple teams, so it's probably going to be once every two teams clinches. We'll
Okay.
release them. We'll release them in pairs. So
Okay.
like if or like if three teams clinch in the
Right.
same day, then we'll do all three. Stuff like that. So we're keeping a really solid eye on what the postseason picture is going to look like, and hopefully teams start clinching. I know it's going to really come down to the wire for us, especially because like the wild card is the last one to know about, and it's also
Right.
the first one to be played. So we're going to be having to sell these cards for teams that are playing in like 2 days. So it'll be really tight, but it should be fun, and we'll have some. I'm sure we'll have some fun things up our sleeves, like postseason giveaways, things like that. which I would love to do today. Also, I didn't tell you beforehand, but I would love to give away a postseason ticket or two today. Yeah, you
Whoa.
heard
All
me,
right.
guys. You heard
Yeah.
me. So, so
Yeah, we can do that. Let me spin up a giveaway thing
yeah.
here. We can get that started. No, I love that. I do love that. That shout out John. We're here. We'll do this. Okay. All right. Hopefully I spelled that correctly. All right. So if you want to qualify for these giveaways here, we're going to do it right like this. All you got to do, you need to make sure you subscribe to the So Rare channel and you're going to put hashtag mustache John into the chat. You do that. That will qualify you for the giveaway. We'll do this in a little bit. And same thing, Euro. Like I think we kind of just addressed this right now. So every time two teams clinch, I'm sure your team will also make an announcement, but once two teams clinch, those two teams will then start producing the special edition cards, correct?
Yes, sir. So I'll make sure to have my finger on the trigger, posting and like doing announcements when teams have clinched and when they're being sellable.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely let everyone know. So it shouldn't be an issue.
Love was asking a question in like a little bit of a passive aggressive manner, but I still respect the question. Shout out our guy Love and shout out passive aggressiveness. That wasn't, I'm pro passive aggressive and aggressive passive.
Just be aggressive, yeah.
Love, our guy was saying, how many cash missions could we expect in the postseason? And then I'll say, because in 2 days, it's a complete month without one, John.
I know, daunting. I I can't forecast. There'll be cash missions in the postseason. I just don't know how many.
Okay.
I think we have to make our mission schedule a little more concrete before I could share that information.
Mm-hmm.
We still have like a month, so we still have some bandwidth of time, so we could pick up the scraps of things that fell through the cracks, like how many cash missions there are going to be. I'm sure Damien knows the answer to it. I'm
Yeah.
just not privy to it. But there'll be a few.
Let me, do you have a little bit more time, John? Can you
Yeah,
hang for a little bit?
I'm here for what you need
For life. All right. I wanted to
for
throw a
life.
couple like a couple big picture stuff at things at you from this season, and you like whatever. If you got thoughts on it, we didn't like prep any of this.
Yeah, hopefully
Um,
softballs.
yeah, just softballs. No, but I'm just curious, like, because again, as I said, this is like the first year that I've been like pretty aggressive with MLB and following along, and I mean, I've always followed along, but like really getting involved in Sorare MLB.
Yeah.
And there's some things that I've like really enjoyed and some like hiccups that I've had. But I'm curious, like from your perspective, with this being the third Sorare MLB season, right? Is it third or fourth? Third,
Fourth.
fourth.
We had half a season, 3.5.
Okay, 3.5. Like, what were some of the things that you guys thought you did, like that you got right this year, like within the gameplay or rewards or whatever?
Yeah. I think our gameplay loop is good right now. Daily is good. The new like the missions are great. I think
Mm-hmm.
like these are all good additions to the game that add to the core experience. I think just we're going through growing pains right now, which is like you're adding and you're building and shipping and like it's so cringe of me to say this, but it's like such a startup bro thing to say. It's just like you ship fast and break things. Like that's honestly what you do is you build and then
Mm-hmm.
shit sometimes hits the fan, unfortunately. And we found ourselves in a case where shit has hit the fan a few times this year, and we just want everyone to know like that's just because we are so committed to building a game that is the best game that we could possibly build. We're in this for the long run. We think that missions are really fun. We think that there's this game is in a better place gameplay wise than it was in the past 3.5 years, and I
Sure.
think I could say that confidently. There's more to play. I mean, our slogan is more ways to win, more ways to play, more ways to win. Like it's true. We want you to be able to play in so many different ways, and I think like me and Damien talk about like what we want the product to look like in like 5, 10 years, and it's just like we want so many different opportunities or lanes for you to play your cards, whether it's classic or uh, in season, and we're excited to continue that. And I think like just hinting at the future, like something that we really messed up on is like not having hot streaks in
Yeah.
MLB. And I already mentioned this, so I think moving forward and like next season, we can expect even another avenue for people to win. And even though it's not necessarily a new way to play because you're just submitting the same lineups that you would otherwise, it's just like re- gaining a streak on top of those lineups. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think like you spoke to a lot of it, but just like still finding like ways that you're feeling like you're using your collection, I think is pretty good. And again, like I keep making fun of Garrett for having a terrible start against the freaking Guardians this week, and like just tanking most of my lineups. But still being able to, I think I had like a top 10 finish in a daily, which was fun. Like collecting some essence in the whether in the missions or just in like the daily picks and stuff like that. I've really like that aspect of it. I was not anticipating enjoying. Not that I'd be against it, but I didn't think it was going to be a thing that I like looked forward to doing, and have enjoyed that quite a bit. Like, and again, coming from the basketball space and seeing like how many different ways you could engage with the platform, I thought was like a real positive. I really liked the like how Essence was used for MLB, and I'm like fingers crossed that will look similar in NBA this season. And like the energy thing, I thought was like a cool, that was like a cool wrinkle. I enjoyed that. It felt like it was a good way to make classic stuff feel useful, instead of just putting it in the older contest. So like I enjoyed all of that stuff. And yeah, I'm excited about the idea of hot streaks coming. I guess like to then if you didn't see this coming, you've never interviewed for a job before, so now you've told me some of the things that you liked. Is there like a specific pinpoint thing that you could like circle from this year that you'd be like, man, I wish we got that right a little bit more? I don't know, does
Yeah,
anything like that stand out?
I mean, like, yeah, there's like I could circle a few, but like just like personally, I'm learning every single day the art of communication and how the way you frame things and the way you communicate with your actual audience and your managers is super important. And I think like even like examples like this where we're talking face to face and I'm able to say like we're shipping things and we're breaking things, but it's because we're trying to build the best game. I think like
Hmm.
painting it in that light does shed a little. I don't know. It makes it more digestible, at least to me, because you're able to be like, oh well, they're trying to make the best game ever, and then some of that comes with bumps in the road, and
Sure.
uh, yeah, so that's one thing, like working on actual communication from our side and things like that nature. In addition, I think um, just like we our scope was too big in the beginning of the year, where we thought we could get really aggressive and build all of these new things and have them work perfectly. It's just like not conducive to being successful when you have too big of a scope. Forget what it's called, but when the scope's too big or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's the case that happened with us. And I think we were really bright eyed in the beginning. We're like, oh, we're going to do all of this. It's going to be awesome. It's going to work flawlessly. And it's just like, it didn't work flawlessly. And we
Yeah.
had to realize that the code isn't as simple as we thought it was going to be. And there's hiccups in it. And when you're constantly working on the product and working on the code, some of that seeps through into prod. And that's a lot of the hiccups that you saw happen on a game weekly basis or something like that, or just from things like that. So I think just being more realistic, um, maybe having less of a very bright-eyed approach in the beginning of the season, and just having a solid foundation that we could build off of is probably the best bet moving forward, if
Yeah,
that
and I
makes
think
sense.
yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, and I think like I assume most people know this, but for those that maybe just tap in for MLB, I think like one of the unique challenges you guys have, just like as a team, is that while MLB is winding down, you're also ramping up a whole nother product. And then when that product is winding down, you're ramping up for MLB. And it's just, I imagine that feels so like when you are, like you said, introduced all of this new stuff on the MLB side, you're still like completing the NBA season. So I can imagine that would have felt like, oh, yeah, on paper, this all sounded great. But now in practice, this maybe we don't have like the manpower, or like maybe we should just focus on like a couple of things and crush those, instead of being like, okay, here are 9 good ideas that work okay right now.
Yeah, no, you're right, and that's like it is a lot to juggle at certain points.
Mhm.
And I think that that is the unique situation, like you said, we're in. And with NBA coming up, I think that like we've talked to some managers and we're keeping it pretty consistent. Not only last year, but like football's updates. So there's like a lot less bright-eyed new
Sure.
approaches like energy or like missions are brand new, things like that. So it'll be things that are not net new and things that are already built out, so we can just focus on having a really good core product. And if we have time throughout the year to try new things, then we could build on top of that, which I think is the right approach. And I'm glad that we're gonna do it that way.
Yeah. No, I think that makes sense. Let me get to some of the questions here in the chat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Our guy Taylor, Mr. Rockies says, speak to the minting as well if you can. Was there a reason mints were much higher this year, and any reason some players have not been minted at all this year, including some big leaguers since April? I'll just throw out some names because they get mentioned in the Discord a lot. Our guy, like Luke, our guy Luke, is it? I keep wanting to call him Keuchel. That's Dallas Keuchel. Luke Keishel, the Twins guy. I know he was somebody. Colson Montgomery, who Mr. Chicago White Sox. I hit a home run every time I play. But yeah, can you speak to any of that stuff right there?
Yeah. As to not having the cards, a lot of that has to do with photos and not having the right photos or not having the right jersey numbers. Like we didn't have the like Miz like didn't come out because we had the wrong jersey on him or something during the photos, which I don't even understand how that happens.
Hmm,
So we had to get the photo retouched and like get a new jersey on him so that the MLB would approve his card so that the number was obviously right.
got you.
So that was like one example of things that the hoops that we have to jump through and working with a partner that is vigilant about their product, which is good. I mean, you want the MLB to be vigilant about their product. But yeah, that's one part of it. I could come up with a solution in the meantime. I think like the best way of doing this moving forward is just having early access cards
Hmm.
so that if we don't have a photo, you can just still buy the player, but there's no photo on it, and then eventually you'll reveal it. And like groundbreaking news, like I'm 99% sure we're gonna have that for NBA. So it's
Cool.
looks like it is gonna be coming to like all US sports, and that will help with especially MLB when there's like a million zillion players and there's call ups all the time. It's nice to just be able to mint a card right away because you don't need a photo and work on that retroactively rather than rush and now there's a delay and things like that. So that's one aspect of Taylor's question. For the mints, I mean, I gotta. That's not my area of expertise. That's like the marketplace people that I have to talk about. We were just in a call the other day, and I feel like Damien put it very eloquently. I don't really remember what he said, to be honest, but I remember it was really eloquent. So uh,
I'll
I'll
get
get back to
Damien
you
on
with that
next
one.
week.
Yeah, literally. But going back, there actually, I gotta answer. There is no arena competitions in general, so it's no arena 50 or 100.
Okay. Okay. Euro here, I'm gonna disagree with it, but I'll share it. He says gameplay needs two things. The first part I'm open to. 9 players instead of 7. Okay. I'm here for it. Defensive scoring. I'm telling you right now, anytime I'm involved in any fantasy game and they're like, oh, what if we threw in defense? I'm out. I just left the league because they were like, let's pick a linebacker. Get out of here.
Yeah,
I don't want to pay. Like, are we going to give points because they did their damn job? They fielded the ground ball.
yeah. I think the guy who came up with our scoring matrix did like an unbelievable job. Like especially in baseball, it's just like it's chef's kiss. It's really good, and I don't think we want to mess with it. There's so many things that we want to work on. I just don't think the scoring matrix is one of them, and I think that's honestly one reason that people like really stick around is like the scoring matrix and the biweekly aspect
Hmm.
of this game really is addictive, and it really is just like refreshing to see that in a fantasy product. So I don't want to mess around too much with it. As for
Throw
like
it in
the
the
non,
daily if you want. Throw it in
yeah,
the daily.
yeah, exactly. And then so yeah, maybe we'll have a defensive one. That would be so hard. We'd have to code so many things and like adding all the defensive stats. Yeah, I don't think that will happen either. But the 9 players thing is an interesting concept for us. It hasn't been talked about too much this year, but I mean, like the off season's coming up. We're gonna have plenty of time to ponder what's gonna work the best for MLB, and I think who knows, maybe next year 9 is a reality, but I really don't know.
I want a slot where you only it's just a pinch hit slot, and you only get credit for points if it's a pinch hit performance. If he starts, does not count. But if he
Yeah.
comes in the 7th inning because a lefty gets put on the mound, and my guy Rob Refsnyder hits a fucking bomb, then I
Yeah.
want that to count.
And there's just a huge multiplier on it too. If
Yeah.
he hits a home run, it's like times 5, 10. So it's 50 points per home run, dude.
Honestly, it's not worth coding, but that would be another
Yeah.
fun daily, like pinch hits
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I can't imagine like the scoring matrix guy is hearing this or the daily guys hearing this. Like, this is my nightmare.
No,
I
come
can't
on, man.
imagine.
I'm seeing the copy already. It's just it's the daily swing. Oh, hold on, John. John. Let me cook here for a second.
Okay.
Daily swing, pinch hit only fans.
Yeah, and he's fired. He's
Yeah.
fired. You just got him fired, Mike.
Man, I don't know. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I also will just share an actual idea. Taylor's like, I need a daily comp where the lowest score wins, and if they don't have a plate appearance at all, they get 50 bonus points.
That would
But
be sweet.
yeah, I like
We've
this
had
too.
something similar in daily hoops. We did something like that where it was like
Mhm.
turnovers were maybe it
Yeah,
was
from like
lowest points or
-2 to +10 or something like
yeah,
that.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely have done like the trash hoops, which is fun, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I
Have
don't
you
like I can't even talk to daily comps next year if they'll be what they'll look like or anything. So it's hard for me to say like, oh, we could do that. We can't do that.
Yeah, I get that too. I mean, I really have enjoyed the daily stuff, but I also like can understand with the introduction of like the missions and like the picks and stuff like that. Like you are doing a lot of different daily stuff. So like maybe if that stuff evolves, I can understand if like maybe you just do the whatever the main what do we call it daily whatever the main daily
Daily
is, but
picker.
not yeah. But not like
Yeah.
the swing or whatever.
No,
But
I mean that's a great point, and I think like these are really young parts of our product, like the missions, and
mhm.
those will just get fleshed out even more, and they'll turn into a complete other avenue that maybe like eventually people are playing the game just because they like missions or something like that. It's like that's not even the main game mode in their eyes anymore. Is so 7 or so 5. So it's an
Yeah.
interesting thought.
Our guy Alessandro is talking about this year, like no perfect game and 0 plus. I don't know what the 30-point bonus is,
Oh,
but
yeah.
um,
So we added a rule where it was like perfect games.
oh,
Well,
gotcha.
no hitters and perfect games get a bonus. We haven't seen any perfect games this year. We've seen some no hitters though, so right? Yeah. So there should have been the bonus in play.
Okay.
But that was actually like a very people were very hesitant about that rule. A lot of people argued that if you're having a pitcher throw a perfect game or no hitter, their score is going to reflect highly anyway. But I guess people wanted even more of a bonus because if you're throwing a no hitter, you should be rewarded for choosing that correct pitcher, and it should be almost like a guaranteed dub. So I guess there's two sides of the story.
Yeah. I can understand. I can understand the appeal of it of just being like, I mean, it's such a rare thing that if it happens, bang, like it should be a windfall. I get that. But you're also right. The score is also gonna be pretty high.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's just like with all of our decisions, there's so much like we have to weigh and like the consequences versus the pros. So
mhm.
so yeah.
Uh, all right, because what we're gonna do for the second half of the show is kind of get into this past game week and then kind of quickly go over the upcoming game week. I want, but before I throw it to you, John, just like if anybody else in the chat has more questions for John, let's fire him in there now because I'm gonna let him go in a few minutes. But as I throw it back to John, maybe we can do the giveaway before you go, so you're actually here for it. But is there anything else like we didn't touch upon that you wanted to get to about whether the postseason, the offseason? I don't know. Anything else that we haven't discussed yet that you wanted to touch upon?
I'm looking at the postseason blog right now. I'm like,
There we go.
what do I need to talk about? There'll be opportunities to get um postseason card. I mean, Jesus Christ, postseason tickets. Sorry,
Hmm.
my brain is malfunctioning while I'm trying to read as well. Uh, so this isn't your only chance for the people that are entered into this giveaway right now. You'll have other opportunities, whether it's social media giveaways, something else. So we'll see. And we want to get people postseason tickets. That's something we like to do, and it's nice being able to look at your so rare lineups while you're watching the Yankees give up 7 runs in an inning or something like that. So it'll be good, and we'll get you guys out there.
I see Taylor's looking for those merch prizes again.
Dude, we funny story. We like so we sign ambassadors every year, and we had an ambassador signed uh that just like didn't pan out to be
Oh.
like an exemplary, just like a really good player. It's not like he did anything wrong, but it's just like we feel weird trying to offer to give away these like bats or signed stuff if the player's just not performing that well. So we're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep these until maybe he starts going on the up and up.
Oh man, well we can't do this, but I would
I'm
like the
not gonna
chat.
say his name.
I would like the
You
chat
can,
to
if
guess.
you want
I
to
would like,
guess who it is, you can.
yeah, that's
I can give you a hint. He was. Nah, I'm not even gonna give you a hint. Actually,
well.
no, it's not. It's nothing like Wander Franco or anything like
No,
that.
no,
It's
no,
just
no,
like
no, no.
purely based off of baseball, like this season.
I love this. I love this, and it's gonna make me think about like not just so rare, but just like any brand that has player partnerships that maybe shelve somebody, which is just like really, really funny. If you again, yeah, yeah, there, Taylor, I'm
It
with
is
you.
funny. Mike, I'll DM you after and I'll tell you who it is. But it's just like it is. It's like they're not like doing awful. I mean, they're not doing great, but it's just like we don't want to be underwhelming with like the rewards
Yeah, no,
we're
I love the
giving.
idea. Like, hey, congrats everybody! You've won a signed Walker Bueller game worn jersey.
Yeah, exactly. So I gotta wait. I gotta even remember who it is. I'm looking at the team right now. Uh, oh
I was gonna,
man,
yeah, I'm not. I
yeah,
don't even want to
I
guess.
remember who it is.
Yeah, I don't even want to
Yeah,
guess.
he's not hitting too good. He only has. I could give you a hint. He has 5 home runs right now. So
Five home
not
runs,
yeah.
and my guess is he plays in the state of New York.
No, no,
Oh,
wrong.
I would have guessed. I would have guessed that.
Dude, we're traveling. We be traveling out
We'd
here.
be traveling.
We have 2 NBA guys players that we just signed. I'm excited about them, but none of them are in New York.
Boston.
Hell no.
Come
I
on,
wouldn't let that happen.
get Peyton Pritchard, dude. Get in on the
Dude, that would be
ground
awesome.
floor.
That's a guy I respect on Boston.
Yeah,
Actually, I respect a lot of the players on Boston, just not a fan of the team.
yeah. Uh-oh. I actually think that is a great guess by
It's
Eric
not.
Dunn in the
It's
chat.
not. It's not. It's not.
Because that one makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
he's not in New York. I mean, he's not even really close to us. I guess
okay.
he is. I'll give you another hint. He's in
Yeah.
the AL.
Okay. AL, but not East Coast.
Uh, I don't know.
It's not. It's not East Coast because you said not. He was like not because we said Baltimore, and you're like, oh, it's not even that close to Baltimore. So that eliminates the Red Sox, Skankies, Mets, Orioles. Let's see.
No one has said it so far. There's like so many people you can guess though. It's like so easy to have like not the best season in baseball. So it's just like you can
I'm
name a
gonna.
million people.
You know what though? Let's see. Hold on. Which MLB players have 5 home runs this season?
Dude, no, don't do that. I shouldn't have given away like a very specific thing like that.
Wait, hold on. Wait, that can't be right. No player has or whatever. I won't do
Maybe
this
I
anymore.
looked.
I won't do
Thank
this anymore.
God. Maybe I looked at the wrong. Uh,
Maybe I do love that the chat's first guess was like, "Oh no, Wander Franco."
oh no, yeah, I know because the way I said it was like, oh, it unraveled like something bad happened. I'm just like, no, I had to take it back immediately. Like, no, that's not it.
That's so funny. Hold on. I'm gonna give at least like 2 guesses before I let you go. And then just
All
a
right,
reminder
let him
to
rip. Yeah.
yeah, reminder to the people in the chat if you haven't done so yet, because it looks like we have how many entrants in this thing? 21. Like the stream, subscribe to So Rare channel, put hashtag Mustache John into the chat. We're giving away playoff tickets, right?
Yeah,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
of your choice.
Of your
Um,
choice.
I just need to, like, we'll have the ticket, but like, other people request games, so I just need to make sure that we have it. But it's not
Right.
Jordan. That would be awesome, honestly.
All
That would
right.
have been a good one.
I feel like I'm gonna get this here in a second. I'm I'm like zeroing in on a couple of names. Yeah, Jordan would have been a really good guess, but Jordan's got 4. I think they need to have 5. Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
I
I
was wrong.
I don't know. Either way, it's fun. I love the idea that it's like, hey man, like
There's a
do
chance
they know
someone said
really,
it
like
in. I don't know. That's like there's no way they're gonna watch this either, and they're gonna be like, I can't believe they're talking
right?
about
No,
me
no,
like
no.
that.
Of course not. But I just love the idea. They were like, man, I so rare wouldn't even give out my bats.
Yeah, it's probably not the best feeling, but I do have to say that I think someone guessed it in chat. I'm just
Oh,
not gonna say who it is.
oh, okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff, everybody. Good stuff. That was good sleuthery. Once we get John off, although no, technically this is a so rare stream. I won't do that. I was gonna say if this was on my YouTube channel, I would have been like, let's figure this out. But
Let's
this
dive in, guys.
I'm a company man right now, so I will not. I will not. And whoever it is, give me the bat. All right, I'm a fan. All right, let's give these things away, John. As always, man, I've done this with you a couple of times, whether NBA, usually on the NBA side of stuff. Appreciate your candidness and openness on this stuff. I feel like you do a thankless job a lot of times, where people just are like, "Hey, listen, you idiot." It's a lot of
It's
that.
all good.
Uh,
I,
we appreciate you, man.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. I grew up with older brothers, so I got thick skin, so it's a it's definitely a acquired skill, I guess. But I love this job, and I love So Rare as a whole. And if I wasn't passionate about this, it would be the worst job on the planet. But I'm super passionate, and I love it.
Hell yeah, man. All right, let's give away these playoff tickets. So the way this is going to work, if your name pops up, do me a favor, DM. Actually, let's just do it live. Let's do it live. You'll have to message us like right away. Here we go. Let's see it. Let's see. Winner, some playoff ticket, dinner. Who are we gonna get in here? Who are we gonna get in
Dude, if it's
here?
DJ Local again, that would be Eric Dunn.
Eric Dunn. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Look at that avatar for Eric Dunn. Just like,
That's
come on, man. That's a clean cut. Well, it's not. It's got a beard, but it's just a sharp photo. It's a sharp
sharp.
photo.
It's sharp, and he's gonna be looking sharp at a postseason game now.
Have you already had some communications with Eric Dunn before? Does he know how to DM you pretty easily?
Yeah, I think we have been emailing, and we
Okay.
also, I think if he wants to reach out any other place, I think he knows where to reach me. But
Yeah,
if
Eric,
not,
hit up
no,
John.
I could I
Hit
could
up
shoot him an
John.
email.
All right, cool. We'll get John out of here. Again, appreciate you answering all of these questions. What we'll do now, once I kick him out, we're gonna go over the like recent game week, the upcoming game week, and then we'll get ourselves out of here too. But John, thanks for hanging, man. Appreciate it.
Of course, dude. We'll do one of these for NBA coming up soon too, and maybe we could do like a retro for MLB.
Yeah, and then we can figure out which like NBA player sucks that we're not going to give away their stuff.
Dude, if one of these two people aren't good, because I'm not gonna give it away, but like I would be very surprised if they're not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the jinx is in, man. You know how like the Madden curse is like the so rare curse.
The so rare curse. Yep, man. We're gonna curse them.
All right, John.
All right.
Thanks for hanging, man. We'll get you out of here and we'll get into the actual so rare stuff. Thanks, man.
Yeah, have fun, guys.
Later. All right. Shout out John, guys. Shout out John. Let's go look at some so rare stuff, shall we? We'll take a peek. And we'll do this quickly too. We don't have to, I won't belabor it. First thing, I just wanna show you the pain that I'm in right now. Because I feel like, I mean, these lineups aren't the best thing in the world, but I feel like these bi-weekly teams could have hung here in the champion. I thought we had a shot here. In this first one, look at Soto. Soto drops to 77, man. Just Juan Soto, absolute bombs left and right, just hitting dongs everywhere. Then we threw some Astros in there. We got Jordan with 28. That's fine. I'll take it. Abreu kind of got knocked around in his first outing. Crochet with 7. Crochet was at like 50 pitches through 5 innings. And I'm like, oh, he's not getting a lot of Ks, but we might get a complete game out of Garrett. And then just gets absolutely hosed. Altuve's been fine. Judge, whatever. And then Big Bucks with 36. And this other lineup, we got Trout and Tucker just getting hurt immediately. We got a Chapman save right out the gate. I was like, let's go. Devers went deep. So it's just, this is a bad game week. This is a bad game week for your boy. Does anybody have good sweats going on? Do either of you guys have any? Let me look at the leaderboard quickly, but is there anybody sweating anything out? I don't even know who like the good pitcher would be right now. We've got, let's see if we see any names that we recognize here. We got Mike Cole, which is not me. Mike Cole up there. The Blue Jays just went nuts, but they don't play tonight. So we do have the 4-teamers that are going to have a chance to catch up to people. But Bo Bichette, he's been on one last couple of weeks. He dropped 61. Springer with 76. Guerrero with 58. Jeff Hoffman finally getting some saves after just getting smoked recently. Caminero went deep the other day, so that was a fun one. Now, this guy's like 10 points back, it looks like, and he still has Cam Smith. Ooh, Cam Smith. Did not picture a Cam Smith. Trout just so unlucky, man. Just so unlucky. I feel like he just gets hurt like all the freaking time. And now he's getting up there in age, so like the bounce back availability. Wait, Chill's hot is in fifth right now? Okay, all right. I never know how to see the team that's in fifth. I really don't. I gotta go full leaderboard? Hold on, I got to zoom in a little too much. Oh, see full leaderboard. All right, let's get to fifth place. Let's see what we got. You are a Bravo 9. This is you right here. All right, let's see this lineup. We got so you still have Belly going tonight. And you got Belly going tonight, and that's it. So you need Bellinger to drop a couple of bombs. Oh, limited all-star. Excuse me. We're in limited champ. I'll go pop over to limited all-star though. I'm not. I won't just look at this one thing, even though I didn't play Limited All-Star this week because I was running out of time and I was setting my lineups. All right, let's go to the full leaderboard once again. I still have to zoom out again. Full leaderboard, and you're in fifth place. All right, let's see it. All right, here he goes. Chill shot. He's at 306. Okay, you still have Aaron Judge. You need Aaron Judge to do some Aaron Judge stuff. And then Jazzy Jeff Chisholm, too. So you're at 306. How many points back are you? You're only 24 points back, my guy. Let's see what Bigo's got. Well, Bigo's got Buxton going and Caminero, so he might be tough to catch. And I woke up in an Ohtani. He's got him going still. Caminero again. We're going to see. And then Ohtani. All right, so you're probably not catching them, but that's a solid little lineup there. Taylor said you have Soto and Devers in one champion lineup with Garrett and Vladdy Kettle Marte and Jeremy Pena in the other one. Man, that's hurt. That hurts. Yeah, big bucks be balling. Why don't we take a look at this upcoming game week, shall we? Let's do that. And we'll go from there. So I'm gonna share screen. We'll go look at the fantasy pros matchups and kind of scroll through them. I imagine we're gonna have a plethora. That's the wrong word. We're gonna have a lot of pitching options this game week because we really had none this past weekend. So if we look, we should have 3 games all the way around, right? And we've got the Athletics heading to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, where they're going to get some decent matchups here. Soriano, actually, shout out Soriano. He's been low-key balling lately. And then Kikuchi's out there, so they get the lefty. Shout out our guy Brent Rooker. And then Ferris over there. So 2 lefties. Is it maybe Bangaleer's time? Shea, do we get some Shea out there and some Rooker, little 2-man A's stack, probably a little under-owned in these matchups. The Sox go on the road to the D-Bags, and they get the D-Bags are getting they're getting Peyton Tolley, man. I'm not excited to buy a lot of postseason cards. However, Peyton Tolley, sign me up. That was electric. That first start was like in the veins, man. That I was fired up. And then, of course, the Red Sox did nothing to do it to win him that game. And Alex Cora overtaught everything. Just terrible. All right, let's keep going. So they get Tolley, Giolito, and Bayo. I'm not scared of anybody in that matchup. I feel like Giolito, second half of the season, has straight up been balling. He's been pitching a lot better. Had a nice outing in his most recent performance. Was that against? No, not Cleveland. Who did they play before Cleveland? Seattle? I can't remember. Had a nice outing. Or maybe it was Cleveland. We'll never know. Okay, the Braves are heading or at home. They get Seattle. The Seattle pitching staff, man. Whew. So they got Gilbert, Bryce Miller, and then Luis Castillo. So probably staying away from the Braves. Acuna been slumping a little bit lately, huh? Not great, Bob. Our jump shooty O's gets Glasnow, Yamamoto, and Clayton Kershaw. No, thank you. I am okay. I am okay. Who else we got here? We got the Cubbies. The Cubbies who Tucker now DTD. Don't know the next time we're going to get him back, but we've got Irvin the Lord and then Alvarez. Now they're at home for this too. It'll be worth monitoring the weather, just because, if we get a little gust of wind heading north, or not north, but pushing out, that the Chicago matchup gets even sweeter. Our guy PCA, Crow Armstrong, been struggling lately. Hopefully he gets himself right. Suzuki been doing all right. You know who's been like straight up balling lately? Nico Horner. Nico Horner worked himself. I feel like he was not even playing every day, has worked himself into the lineup. Ian Happ, too, who was dog doo for a while, seems to have woken up. Shout out Coors for just figuring that. And the Cubs are an early lock. Gosh darn it. That's never fun. So that's a good reminder, though. So we'll have an early lock because the Cubs we got to play our day games. White Sox head on the road to Detroit. And as you can see, Scooble Dooble is going to be the best play. Chicago, not that great. Colson Montgomery, the only guy I'm excited about, but they get Flaherty, Scooble, Morton. So I don't know. Right now, the Cubs, the only team that's really sticking out. And then I skipped over the Red Sox. Oh my God. So the Red Sox go to the Diamondbacks, whatever. They get Eduardo Rodriguez, not scared of him. Then they get for the Diamondbacks, and then Ryan Nelson after that. I do want to just shout out, can we see how many games do the Red Sox play next Thursday? Because not to get ahead of ourselves, but if the Red Sox have 4 games the next game week, get excited to line up the Sox, because again, the Severino, whatever, Springs, whatever, Barnett, whatever. But do they play? Let's see. I'm sure somebody already told me in the chat, but I'm already on my phone. They don't. Damn it. Because if they had 4 games that game week playing in Oakland, I just want to say, as we get later into the season, not Oakland, excuse me, Sacramento, that is going to be one of the rare good weather environments with the heat and the small ballpark. So you're going to want to attack those situations. But anyway, shout out to both Sox. Let's keep going here. The White Sox we talked about. The Cincinnati Reds, they are at home. Now they get Tong, who's been, pretty solid. The young buck coming up for the Mets. They were desperate for some good pitching. Oh no, that's today. No. God, excuse me. The Reds get Peterson, Tong, and Sproat. Not the best or worst of matchups. We like the ballpark. Gonna be excited to play the Mets, it looks like. I think that's going to be imagining great American small park. It's going to be excited. Guardians get Seymour Butts, Shane Baz, and Rasmussen. Not really too excited about any of those. I will say, being at Tampa Bay, similar to what we just said about Sacramento, that's good hitting environment typically, as long as the rain holds off. That is good hitting environment, being in a small ballpark, being in Florida. All right, keep going. The Rockies are at home against the Dads. So it is dad time. The Padres are going to be the best plays. The Padres are throwing out Pivetta. Michael King returns. Michael King and Cease. So that's I'm not excited to play Colorado. Might be a contrarian stack. Pivetta we've seen struggle. King's probably on a pitch count, I'm assuming, since this might be his first or second start back. And then Cease, I don't know, whatever. Tigers, they get a juicy matchup against these White Sox. You got Smith, Perez, and Martin. Not really scared of anybody. You get 2 right-handed pitchers. So Kerry Bonds, maybe some Riley Green we'd be excited about. I think all of those are in play. We've got Houston. The Stros are heading to Texas. And they get Kelly DeGrom and Patrick Corbin. Yeah, probably not thrilled to roster the Astros. I will say a little Sunday fun day there for a daily lineup. I'm kind of into that. The Royals get Joe Ryan, then Bailey Ober and Richardson. I feel like the Twins are giving up a little bit. Joe Ryan. Okay. Taylor's saying the Padres actually haven't announced a single pitcher yet. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Thank you. So these are all just projected, just a reminder. Back to the Royals, what I want to say, Bailey Ober, not scared of him. I think he's pretty beatable. Same thing with Richardson. And Joe Ryan, obviously Joe Ryan is good, but, people have gotten to him as well. Maybe it's Vinny time. Is this like a big Vinny weekend? Should we plant a flag here and say Vinny's going to hit at least 2 bombs this weekend? Vinny Pasquantino. I feel like we could do that. I feel like we could sign up for some Vincenzo. All right, the Angels, we mentioned, are going to be at home. And they're going to get Barnett, Jin, and Morales. Whatever. I'm not interested in the Angels. No left-handed pitchers either. I mean, Zach Neto's been balling out a little bit. Most home runs from an Angels shortstop in history, I think, or at least in a long time with Neto this year. I think he's got 25, maybe. The Doyers, they get the Orioles in Baltimore, which is pretty good. They get Creamer, Rogers, and Sagano. And then just a heads up, the Dodgers are heading to Colorado when they're done there. So fire up your Doyers if you got them. I think that's going to be fun. It's Hershey says, I need Vinny and Schwarber bombs to lock in. So, all right, I'm with you. I'm fine with that. All right, I got too many tabs open. We're going to close some of this stuff. All right, we've got the Miami Marlins. The Marlins are at home. Yeah, well, you're not playing your Miamis. You're not playing your Miamis, right? Because you just can't do it. You can't do it. Miami sucks anyways. And then they get Sanchez, Luzardo. I mean, Taijuan Walker, sure, that's fine, but no, thank you. Brew Crew, we don't know who's pitching. We know the Brewers aren't going to get Skeens, who's pitching tonight. So that's some good news. They got a TBD on Friday, then Oviedo on Saturday, Keller on Sunday. Brewers seem to have the ability to put up runs. Oh, the Rockies are in LA for that series. Sorry, my bad, Taylor. I do think they have the ability to get to any pitcher right now, so I'm okay with that. If you want to fire up your Brew Crew, I'm into it. The Twinkies head to KC, and they get Waka Waka Waka, and then they get Lugo and Lorenzen. 3 righties, so you can get to Wallner and Larnach. Although I say that, and I think Larnach faced 3 righties this week and got a day off. I don't know, man. Twins are. I'm more fascinated in Twins with the daily performances than I just can't trust them for a full game week right now. Sorry, Aaron Borland. The Mets, we mentioned them. This isn't as juicy as I thought. So they are in Cincinnati. They get Abbott the lefty, Singer the righty, Green the righty. Probably if you get Soto and Lindor, fine. But these aren't the matchups that I was hoping for where we could just really lock and load and fire up our Metropolitans. The Skanks get Gausman, Scherzer, and Bassett. I mean, 3 righties. So if that excites you about Belly Boy, go for it. Obviously, if you got Judge, you're playing Judge, but not the ideal matchups. They are at home. That's nice. The Phillies here, they are hosting Miami. Oh, no, they're at Miami, excuse me. So they got Cabrera for the first matchup, Alcantara, and then Gusto. You can play Phillies. I mean, it's not a great park environment, but you can play them Phils, baby. You can play them. And then let's go. Pirates here. They get the Brewers that we mentioned, the Priester, Woodruff, and Missy Raske. Sorry. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. The dads. The dads get Freeland. The dads get Brown, and the dads get Gordon. So, let's go. We've got 2 righties, right? 2 righties and lefty. Gordon, look, he's not bad. I know he's not ranked great. I'm intrigued in Gordon long term. What I was gonna say though, 2 righties, maybe Ryan O'Hearn. Is Ryan O'Hearn balling? Laureano going to get some love. Jackson Merrill back in action. You got the Jake Cronin. What's his name? Cronenworth? Why am I struggling with that? Tatis has been he hit a bomb yesterday. Jacksonville said, will you be covering NBA So Rare streams during the season? Jacksonville, you're gosh darn right. Which, by the way, if I haven't shared any of this yet, your boy, if you are new to me, I got 2 different YouTube channels. Well, I got more than 2, baby, but 2 different basketball specific ones. If you are just a basketball fan, it's at the NBA Bit. I'm going to share a link into the chat for that right now. At the NBA Bit, it's a daily show during the season where we cover all things hoopy hoops. But also, we have an Elite Fantasy Sports channel, which, if you are unfamiliar with it, we do a live before lock show for every So Rare NBA game week. But there is a chance that is here. So I can probably confirm we're definitely going to do at least a show like this for the NBA. However, it might end up just being live before lock. I don't know. We'll see. We're in negotiations, but no, we'll see. Anyways, back to the dads. Yeah, excited about the Padres. I'm going to build a lineup or two when we're done going over this, and I'll show you the Padres I'm throwing out there. The Giants here, they get McGreevy's, Payente, and Gray. No, I'm not too excited. I mean, like, whatever. 5 Devers, 3 righties, cool. That's it, though. I'm not too excited. Willie Adames, fine. The Cards here get Seymour for the Giants, Verlander, and Tang. That's fine. I think you can get to some cards if you wanted to. The Rays here get Gavin Williams, BB, and Messick. They are at home. Gavin Williams, I mean, like, these aren't like A-plus matchups, but you can do it if you want to. Rangers here get Spaghetti Arrighetti, Hunter Brown, and Garcia. The Blue Jays then at New York get the Schittlers list, Gill and Max Fried. And then last but not least, Natty's, decent matchups here. Assad, Boyd, whatever, and then Ray or Rhea. I don't know. But those are your matchups. Who are your favorite? Like, listen, obviously the Padres, if you get the Padres, you're playing them. Is there anybody else you're excited about here? Is there anybody else you're like, oh, we need to get them? Like, is there any off the beaten path? I think I did tell you the Rays were a sneaky stack. That was 2 game weeks ago. And then Brandon Lowe was awesome. So we'll victory lap that. I think looking at this, the Mariners I didn't touch upon. I said they get Sale, Waldrop, and Strider. That's fine. I like that they're in Atlanta. Seattle can always get there. Philadelphia, I don't think is sneaky. I think people are going to be playing them. The Brewers, I don't know. The Brewers with Churio back. I know the matchups aren't the best. I think you could do it. I think the Royals are going to be my call. I think the Royals are going to win the game week. If there was one stack non-dad related, non-Padre related, I think, is it going to be Royals? I think I would take the Kansas City Royals. I think that's what I would do there. Any thoughts? You guys have any thoughts on that? Let's go build some lineups. Man, it got sweaty up in this apartment. I don't know what happened. It's been so cool the last couple of days in New York City. I don't know if it heated up today or what, or maybe John made me nervous. You think that's what it was? Silly John. I'll show you my daily lineups for today before we build, if you're into that. Our daily, what did we roll out? We got the outer rim. Limited daily. We got Rodon throwing. We got Duran as a reliever. We got Yandy Diaz with Ryan Pepois. And then Jeremy Pena, Cody Bellinger, and Jazzy Jeff Chisholm. And then over here, we got Ranger Suarez, Uribe. Then we went McCutch, Betts, Wells, Ward, McMahon. All right, but anyways, let's build. Just like John said, we're builders. We're builders here. Let's go to the new game week. And let's do champion. Let's get in there. All right, so let's figure out what Padres we're playing. That's going to be my main lineup. I think we got to start with Scooby-Doo. Here's some of my pitchers here. We got Scooble. I mentioned Soriano, Sandy. There's Pavetta, DeGrom. Anybody else like really pop? I don't think there's anybody. Like Hunter Brown's down there. Logan Gilbert we can mess around with if we wanted to. Cease we talked about, but I don't think so. I think we just do Scooby-Doo. Throw Scooble in there. Now, who's the reliever you want to go with here? We've got Chapman against the D-backs. We've got Durant. I guess like if Durant does not pitch today, 3 against Miami is pretty spicy. Abreu, again, had a couple of days off, bad performance yesterday. We'll have to wait and see if he pitches tonight, because if he pitches 2 in a row, it'd make me nervous for the weekend. But I like Durant a lot. Munoz has not pitched in a while, so maybe Munoz is the guy. We also have Mason Miller down there. We've got Hoffman. Anybody that I think I'm going to lean Munoz right now. Do you guys have any takes on that? I really like all of the pitching matchups for Seattle. Thank you very much. But yeah, we'll go Scooble and Munoz to start. All right, Aaron, let's just filter the Padres. Let's see what this looks like. So Manny Machado, let's throw Machado in there. I think I have Laureano. So now I'm curious what you. Oh no, I have no Padres there. All right, I thought I did. Let's throw Tatis in there. So let me see. These are the other Padres I have. Now, let me ask you, would you, just Laureano. Do you throw Laureano in there, do a 3-man stack? And then we have the ability to go like Judge here, who projects for 33. We've got Soto, who's kind of on a hot streak right now in Cincinnati. He projects for 28. Corbin Carroll against the Sox, who I mentioned, they not their best lineup. He's got 30. Corbin's been playing like some good ball lately too. I think I would just go Judge here because I think what maybe we do is go Judge and then Jazzy Jeff Chisholm. Because here are my middle infielder options. We got Jazzy, we got Trevor Story, we've got Cal Raleigh. Zach Neto projects actually pretty well. Spooky Betts over there. Nico Horny. Nico Horny. We shouldn't be doing that. We got Romy Gonzalez. I don't know. Speaking of the Red Sox, man, that Roman Anthony injury sucked. Yeah, Mariners have been horrible. The Mariners let me down last night. I was expecting a big night for them. Big night for them. I don't know. Where would you go? You just do Jazz and call it a day? Just do Jazz and call it a day? Although if the Mariners have been horrible, maybe we switch. Maybe we do a different relief pitcher here. Maybe we just go Duran and just do that and just be pumped every time he comes in. I'd get Soto in a priority lineup somehow. I mean, like, listen, we could go Soto over Laureano for sure. I feel like Laureano's one of the ones that would be like a lower owned guy versus Soto. Maybe, I mean, the other case that could be made here is we could go Soto over Judge. I think that would be unique if we wanted to do that. We could do Soto over Judge as I drop my headphones over there. I don't know. So anyways, let's do this. Let's leave it like this for now. I'm gonna redo this a bunch of times. But I wanna build a Red Sox stack because I do think they might be an under-owned team against Arizona. Roman Anthony gets hurt, right? So maybe it slows down. Also, like unfortunate announcement today. Looks like, and maybe this was to be expected, but Bregman gonna go to free agency. That sucks as a Sox fan. But anyways, let's find our second pitcher. We mentioned DeGrom. Hunter Brown. I kind of like Hunter Brown the most, but maybe we just do Logan Gilbert down against this watered down Braves lineup. Maybe we throw Munoz in this one for a stack. But let's pull up our Sox, huh? Sox and 5. Let's pull up our Sox. Let's go Bregman here. Let's go Story here. And then let's go Duran here, I think, right? What is he projecting for 25? I think we do that. Little 3-man Sox stack. We could go over the top too. We could do a fourth if we wanted to get Romy in there, but instead I think we do Corbin. And then let's find another weird one. What's some other weird ones we got? I kind of like this Red Sox stack. What are the Cubs projecting here? Cubs are if Tucker plays smash play, right? Yeah, maybe it's a Cubby. That's what we get. That's what we got to look. That's what we got to look at now. I think that's what we got to look at. I don't know what else you guys have for me here. Any other questions? You have any takes? Taylor said Tucker, Schwarber, and Bregman, all free agents, going to make a fun offseason. Well, yeah, as a Sox fan, they were telling us the reason they traded Devers is so they could make big splashes in the offseason. So I hope it's one of those 3 guys. Bring back Schwarber. Schwarber as a Sox was a lot of fun. Bring him back. We have one game, I think, underway right now, right? One game underway right now. We've got, let's see. We've got Phillies and the Brew Crew in the bottom of the 4th. 0-0, but the Brew Crew have 2 men on. And then what do we get tonight? So we got Snell versus Skeens here. And the Dodgers pitchers, nice little pitcher duel. Logan Allen against Ryan Pipois. I know that's not how it's spelled, but I mean sounded pronounced, but I like it. Pipois. We've got Royals Noah Cameron against Kyle Hendricks. We've got the Chi Sox and the Twinkies. Man, you want to bet for tonight? White Sox stack. Because Taj Bradley, is it Taj? Bradley has been so bad since coming back from injury and being traded and whatever. So bad. And then the Yanks and the Stros closing out the game week with Rodon and Javier. So it's gonna be fun. Let me build this again because I think I'm like talking myself into a Cubs stack. If the Cubbies are gonna be healthy, I think this is a fun stack here. If they're good to go, man. Because dude, PCA has been so bad. But I like this Cubs stack here. Might do it. Yeah, what else do you guys have for me? Otherwise, we might wrap it up a little bit early. I know we tend to try to go for like the 1 hour 40 to 2 hour mark, but maybe we wrap a little bit early today after the big postseason one. Just a reminder, right? We do this every Thursday. We'll do the short porch, 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is always fun because everybody else that's streaming is on the CET, and not your boy, not your boy. Which is always funny trying to I just feel very American, very American in that Discord. I mean in that WhatsApp, but we love them. We love them. But yeah, every Thursday at 4 we'll be here. Shout out to our guy John for coming on and hanging out with us today. We need to get a guest on next week too. I think I really like having a guest. So do me a favor as we wrap this video after it's done, when we're not live, put in the chat who we need to get on here. Maybe it's Hunter. Maybe we start our guest with Hunter. Maybe we make Jump Shoot come on since he won tickets. Maybe Eric comes on. He won playoff tickets. We need to get some managers on here talking us through it. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, John's the best. Yeah, man, John is the best. He's great. He doesn't hide anything from you. He's a good dude. Doesn't sometimes you get somebody on that works for a company and they just give you just like he doesn't do that. He gives us the business. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. Good luck if you had to sweat this game week. Shout out our guy Chill Spot, top 5. Hope you sneak up into that podium. There we go. Jump shoot. Put it in blood. You're on. Let's get jump next week, 4 o'clock. Book it. Let's get Jump Shooty on. We'll do maybe we'll have some teams closer to clinching at that point too. But appreciate everybody hanging in. We'll see you guys next week. Shout out to our guy John. Shout out to the chat.